Alrighty. Get back to it. Hopefully no more connection issues. Let's make sure my voice is coming through. Apples, oranges, apricots, pears. Yep, we're good. Alright. If entity type is a minotaur, then we do things. What these things are is for me to determine. The only time when minotaurs shouldn't be able to enter another room is if there's another minotaur in there already. Otherwise, they can enter the room whenever they want. That should be it. Now we need to do this. It's probably going to give me an error, I'm not sure. Because this is way down here. I'm needing it here. Is there anything you need access to? No. So you can actually go on the top. On get room entities for rooms. Excuse me. You're wanting the position. That's annoying. If I wanted to pass in the room itself. Yeah, I guess. We have pause, so we can just do that. Ow. Okay. Boot mimics, boot access players. So if re dot See, ideally, we want to do more than just remove from room. We want to displace from room. So we don't want to just remove the entity. Should go somewhere. Although if we're displacing mimics, all of a sudden we have to add it. Another little bit down here. Might as well just cover all the cases. There. Now, if we want to displace it, well, I need a list of all the positions it can move to. And then I need to randomly select from those positions and move it to that one. So alright, we'll just handle it ourselves. So, to start, the stream just hates me right now. I think we're good. Okay. Whew. Back to it. Displace from room. In neighboring rooms. Blah, 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 blah. Y equals or y. One thing we could do is just is valid loss. This left, right, down, up. And then we just need to do a filter. Turns the elements in the array that meets the condition. So basically, if it's true, it stays. Let me double check that just because I don't want to assume. Yep. Okay. So if it's true, it stays. Gotcha. That gets us all the neighboring positions that are valid. And then now we need to actually get the room. So that should just be in pauses.map. Or and let's just get room position. That should do it. Could go ahead and do a quick test to verify that's doing exactly what I need it to do, because if it isn't, things could get real confusing later. Let's go ahead and implement this and then we'll do the validation. So that it'll get the neighboring rooms, but it won't necessarily get valid neighboring rooms. See, it's getting valid neighbors in terms of position, but in terms of checking this logic down here, whether or not the entities are allowed in that room, it's not doing that right now. What we could do is do entity equals null. Or we could just do my bad. I am being dumb. Filter. What we could do instead is wait until, yeah, I can make this simpler. We do this, this. Try to use const. Given how short it is, we'll just do this. Now if we pass in an entity, it also checks if that entity is allowed. Okay. Looks good. Moving on. We should be able to do entity should just be entity. Okay. And then brains. I'll be back in just a moment. Go ahead and alrighty, back at it. Is my mic picking up a lot of the music sounds? Feels like it might be. And now looks fine. Okay. I got it. I do like the background music, but I don't want a lot of feedback. Okay, let's see. Rooms to move to, and now we just select randomly from that. If there are no valid rooms to move to, what do we do? Well, in most cases, I'm perfectly comfortable just deleting the entity. So like if it's a chest or a mimic and there's no rooms to move to, then it's fine. Just delete the chest or mimic. But if it's a player or a minotaur, then things get more interesting. It's incredibly unlikely that there will ever be a case where we can't move the player or Minotaur, but it's not impossible. Or it might be impossible. If there's only 2 players and 2 Minotaurs, it might be impossible, but better to design with it in mind. Of course, if we're designing with that in mind, is there ever a chance where there's not a single room available in the whole thing that... Oh, Jesus. It's a valid room for them to move to. If there's not a valid room anywhere, then they just lose. But it's incredibly unlikely. Okay, let's see. If entity.type. I mean, it should just be in pretty much all other cases. But we'll go ahead and just... specify. That's incorrect. Ideally, we just have that. Is entity allowed in room? Ready? Need to displace you from the room. Random position. My brain's going slow. Get all valid room positions. Okay, we got that. So, get random valid room position. Are we using this anywhere? Yes, we are, but instead of returning the rooms, I prefer that it returns the room positions. So, I'm gonna start making sure that's the case. Okay, and then get random valid room position. It's from neighbors. And then we go ahead and just do neighboring room positions. Then we need to select a random from that array. So. remove from array is and pauses. Okay, if from neighbors is false, then that just means from all. Get all valid room positions. Okay. And then we should just be able to do const and pause. Then it's just a matter of removing it from the current room and adding it to the new room. So go ahead and add it to the new room first. However, they're down here. Need you up there. Really? You both are going to need to call each other, aren't you? So it doesn't matter what order. If... yeah. That's a bit of an issue. We've got a recursion going on. Oh well. We'll figure it out. Now we'll get you moved back down there. Anyways, add to room, entity, in position, rooms. That shouldn't be necessary. Remove from room, entity, pause. Okay. And that should handle cases where there is no valid neighbors. Alright. Then in the case there are rooms to move to from the neighbors, then we just well, random from array rooms to move to. And this. Okay, should do it. You gonna save, or are we gonna fight you on that? Nope. There we go. Boot out excess players on Minotaur move. We have the player to boot. We should just have to call displace from room, player to boot, and the current position. That, in theory, should do it. That was a lot, though, and I have a feeling we're probably going to end up having to debug it. Quite a bit. Let's go ahead and note down the different cases that we have to deal with. Really, the only thing should be did we do that? Minotaur shouldn't be able to move into a Minotaur room. Minotaur can move into a mimic/player room. So this is not actually something we need to worry about. Minotaur, well, you shouldn't be booting mimics unless there's a player in the room as well. Also, we've got all this displacement code. Might as well just displace the mimic. Also, this could happen in the case of a player moving into a room or a Minotaur moving into a room. So, might be best to just do this. Handle the edge cases. Maybe just if there is a mimic in the room and a player in the room, we could do is a bit of a loop. But I'm just going to go this way for now. It's not that big of a deal. Should be able to just copy this on over. It should handle it, I think. Don't need this anymore, we just need to be calling update or on room update. And I recommend we call that on moving from room as well. Okay. At this point, we kind of just gotta do the test cases. And hope that this gets handled like a class where the order of functions doesn't really matter. Because if that's not the case, we are going to have to move stuff around a lot. Alright. Back to main, what are we looking at? So when we're initially creating the dungeon, gotcha. we could do instead is actually have you spawn in the same room as the Minotaur, and then have player 1 move up, and then it should displace player 1 or player 2. Let's go ahead and pin this. I have a feeling we're going to have to revisit it quite a bit. And then main should also be pinned. Okay. Don't really need to be logging the stats, I just need the visual of the dungeon. And let's see what happens. Not great things. Helpers just 207. Okay. Go ahead and clear the terminal. Boom, boom. That should be correct then. Pause, dir. Not what I meant to do. Boom. Boom. Okay. That's interesting. That's definitely interesting. Did I do something differently beforehand? Yeah, no, this is what I did differently. I'm assuming when I'm constructing the player, yep. This was kind of a cheap way to do it anyway, so I could update it so that See how that plays out. That's on 175. Now that's just weird. No, it's not. Forgot to do this. Save. There we go. Okay. Where's the players? Like, I don't see a single player in this whole thing. Then I see a single player here. We go to our visualizer. I don't see the Minotaur anywhere either. Which is really weird. If we go to our main, or actually no, we need to take a look at the entity constructors, how we're throwing the dungeon together to start with. There should be a player here to start with. And there should be a player here to start with. And a Minotaur here to start with. It's very strange. Only thing I can think to do is to go to main and console.log the whole dungeon. Before and after. Then we'll see what we're missing. Well, should have expected that. That is a whole lot of not helpful. But frankly, it shouldn't. Don't understand what's going on here. Actually, I think I do. Never mind. We're creating, but we're never adding. Yep, that's the problem. And then if we go to main, new errors are new errors. 175 on helpers. Alright, what are you telling me? Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. There we are. The alternative is that we pass in at the end of the day, that's just not a good idea. If bit of a cheap way of handling it. Ideally, we'd have a better initialization system, but I'm not messing with that right now. Although we might be forced to pretty soon. Cannot access dungeon before initialization. Where? On room update. How are you calling on room update? Or yeah. There, my bad. The player is not being booted, but otherwise it's working. So, boot. Just have to figure out why the player's not being booted, because they should be. Okay. Go ahead and clear the terminal, give that another run, verify that, yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and go to constructors. We're not making a chest, so I'm not sure why there's always a chest for the players, but whatever. Yeah, no. I'm assuming this is the issue. Is on-room update never being called? Now it's being called. Key. default with the right position. No, it's not. No, it is not. It should be... It's never being called from here. It's being called from the remove. That should be null. Shouldn't be passing that in. Okay. Where is that coming from? Well, it has to be coming from the move. There's no rooms here. Confused. Yeah, no, it's never hitting this. Telling you to move here, or then adding you to the new room. There we go. And then adding you to the new room. Rooms is null here. I have to take a second. I'll be right back. I was not using my brain. I see the problem. Alright, that should resolve it. Let's go ahead and clear the terminal and give that a run. Okay, we are going to change this. Because I am fighting something that can be resolved by just creating a dedicated function for it. Ever-living crap out of this. This is no longer necessary. This is also not necessary. And we will need to change the constructor. This and tell me what you think. Looks good. We still have a ton of console logs, but this is verified. Displacing the players is verified. Right. Let's go ahead and get rid of the 1,000,001 console logs that I put together. Don't need this. Both of those are necessary though. Okay. Should be random. Right now it keeps moving them to the right. Oh, well, that's not supposed to happen. That is also not supposed to happen. Okay, we've got some weirdness going on. Clearly it works exactly the way it's supposed to. Didn't mean to do that. That's also not supposed to happen. Okay. Few things we need to look through and make sure everything's running right. Alright, let's just verify that real quick. Okay, so it is doing that properly. Just verify that a few times, because I have a feeling... It's good. It's good. Now that's more interesting. So... what's happening here? We have player that tries to double up with the Minotaur room, which is this. Ah, this is incorrect. Plus Minotaur. Does not. Okay. Am I not removing you? Like, that's... my initial instinct is that we move, we click add to room, we handle on room update. Yeah, no, that's exactly what's happening. That's interesting. That is interesting. that kind of puts me in a position where I have to do on room update after I've added and removed them from the room. Which is okay. Gotcha. Puts me in an interesting position. Where's the remove? Also, we'll keep that for now. It's a useful one. Remove from const. Boom. There we are. I have to remove you as well. Okay. Handle move. Position to position. Boom. Okay. That should resolve it. Glance, it looks like it does. Go ahead and do a quick review over everything, make sure it looks good. And here's a case where it's actually displacing the mimic as well. So that actually verifies the player plus mimic as well, which is good. And this is doing it again right right here. Okay. Displacement logic is knocked out. We should probably update the rooms that the Minotaur and players spawn in on initialization. We verified the displacement logic, but here we have a Minotaur, a player, and a Mimic all in the same room. And it's just because we're not updating the rooms on initialization of the dungeon. But as soon as we update them, it gets displaced just like it's supposed to, so. If we go to entity constructors, see, this just gets me the new dungeon. Do we have a data? Yeah, we have a new dungeon. Okay, good. What we could do is just iterate over the entire thing and call the function for each room. It's a very crude way of handling it. It's not strictly necessary, but whatever. Unless we have more data. Do we have more data? Okay, good. We can do whatever we want with it. We haven't done anything to it that requires you to stay in the format that you are. So we can do players. The chests and mimics don't move. You know what? We're doing it my way. The lazy way. My brain doesn't like doing it this way, but I'd kind of like to get this knocked down. Plus, I'm not planning on expanding on this insanely. I have other projects I want to work on. X is less than dungeon size. Another big reason I'm not really that concerned is this is only going to have to run once. that should do it. Okay, now if we go into the terminal, if the terminal's going to be nice to me, there we go. If we run this a few bajillion times, we should never see the minotaur with a mimic. All right, 30 test cases. I think we're good. Next. Movement's handled at this point. I think at this point we're actually onto proper combat. Not just room update logic. How long has the helpers file gotten? It's pretty bad. This thing is a mess. Oh, Jesus. How many functions do I even have in here? This thing's a mess. Yeah, no, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 adept. Yeah, no, I've already lost it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Eleven, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23. Honestly, I don't like it when there's more than 4 or 5 in a single thing, in a single file. My brain's just like, I can split this up into multiple files. That's something I can definitely do here, but it's probably not something I'm going to do just yet. Maybe not at all, depending on how far off we are. Now, if it's a ton of functions like this, then that's a different story. Absolutely go nuts with these kinds of functions. As long as it's less than, I don't know, a few hundred lines. But when it comes to big functions like this, it becomes very unreadable very fast. Well, not even, these aren't even big functions, but I'm just mixing a lot of contexts here, and it's not that neat. Anyways, combat logic. I think that probably would mostly just be action handler. Might also need a complete turn function of some kind, and that'll be when the NPCs do their actions after player actions are handled. could be useful to have a list of all combat entities. Or really, it would be useful to have a list of all entities, rather than iterating over the entire dungeon. Iterate over all of the entities, and then update them as needed. Currently, we do not have anything like that, but there's no reason we can't make something like that. So, entities. Thing is the entities don't have track of their own location. Not all of them anyway. The mimic and the player don't. Or the mimic and the chest do not have track of their own location. So updating them becomes more difficult. It's literally easier to update the rooms. It's not the cleanest way of handling it. I will not deny that. Unless I redesign a lot of stuff, it is the best way of handling it. But the ideal scenario is I'd have a list of, or I'd have multiple lists of different types. A list of entities, a list of rooms, a list of players, a list of etc., that I could just iterate over those specific lists when I need to, rather than iterating over the entire room, all of the rooms, and processing them individually. That would be the better way of handling something like this. And if I scaled this up a bit with a lot of different kinds of entities and a larger dungeon, that would probably be something I'd be forced to do. But at the small scale I'm at right now, I'm not necessarily forced to do it. It would be cleaner. Handles that. Also going to need to go into the helpers and look at the update on room update. There we go. Then we need to engage combat. True. combat in the case of mimics and in the case of minotaurs. Okay. Now, at the end of each turn, or better yet, just to save dungeon size. And then we're going to want this. Well, really, we don't even need to do that necessarily. So what we need to know is how many player entities and how many non-player entities. I guess we don't really need to know that. And the player actions are handled in the action handler. All I really need to know is there a player in here and is there a attacking entity in there? Something with AP. Or is there a player in there and is there an entity in active combat in there? It's a non-player. could just do this, make it simpler on ourselves. Cases. Next. At this point, it's just a matter of getting the player and the enemy. So player 0 and const enemy. Enemies 0. And then if I remember right, we'll take a look at our constructors. It's just AP and HP, right? Yep. Yep, and yep. And then it should literally just be player.hp enemy.ap. We'll have to create some kind of event system so that the dungeon crawler can actually provide text or feedback on all of this. But that is not a process that we are going through right now. It's not that important at this point. Okay, that should allow enemies to attack players. Now we need to allow players to attack enemies. So action combat.attack. That's this. Explore const handle attack. Could do a get enemies and helpers. Could be helpful. Let's double check that Moving on, handle attack. We need to one thing we could do, actually. Handle attack. That should just be as simple as to get the enemy. So const enemy equals get enemy room. Room is get room for position. Pause. Now this assumes you're not using pause, you're using the room itself. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Then it's just enemy.hp minus equals player.ap. That should literally be it. Of course, we need like an event handler to actually remove. We need an event handler to actually remove the player or enemies if their HP gets lower than 0. Which we don't currently have. Something that could be useful is Give me just a second. Get back. Alrighty, moving on. What was I doing? Deal damage, gotcha. Attacker.inCombat is false. Remove from room, update the room. Okay, yeah. So anytime we're dealing damage, we need to be doing this, which we should be doing here. And we should be doing it here. Position would be okay. So now when something dies, it should disappear. That should be combat pretty much knocked out. What we really need at this point is the options. And the wind conditions. Of course, that's assuming this all works. I need to test that this is working the way I think it does. And we need the core loop. It's hard to make the core loop with just this terminal right now. I have no way of inputting my options, as far as I can tell. Maybe there's some way to do that with JavaScript and the terminal without having to go online and make forms and et cetera, et cetera. I know there's terminal applications you can make with a bajillion other languages. I've just never done it with JavaScript. But Python and C# I've done it with. Let's see. I believe we're still spawning the minotaur directly next to the player. Yeah. Player 2 is spawned directly on it. Okay. Do we have access to player 2? No, because you're game. So we'll just spawn the player directly on the minotaur. And then we'll log to make sure everything is doing what it's supposed to be done. dungeon.player1.hp. Dungeon.minotaur1.hp. And we'll do the same with AP. 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 Not what I meant to do. Combat.attack. And then we're also going to want to do action handler. And on player turns end. On player turns end. Boom. Okay. Then let's just see what that looks like. Yep. Let's just see. Multiple enemies in a single room. There's Minotaur player chest. Oh. I know what's happening. It's counting the player. Who's on the doom? Okay. Helpers, get enemy in room, blah, 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 blah. In combat equals true. And e.type does not equal types.entity.player. Boom. Okay. So now it doesn't count them. It should count the player. The thing is that in the case there's two players in the room, I need it to count the player that's the other player. But okay, so what we really need to do is this. We then need to go into action handler. This one's more interesting. In this case, we're just wanting to exclude player type. Alrighty. We don't need the exclude, we just need the row. And then e dot type does not equal. There. Get non-player enemy. That should resolve that. Here, this, do this. Why is that happening in that order? Ah, I see why. I kind of wanted this after the second visualized dungeon. Just because. Here. Now show me what you got. Okay. Player, minotaur, nothing else. Looks good. Player has 25 HP, minotaur has 100. Player has 3 attack power, minotaur has 10. HP gets knocked down by the minotaur's AP, so the player takes 10 damage. Minotaur didn't take any damage. That's not supposed to happen. So, entities attacking players seems to work. Players attacking entities does not. They are defenseless. Okay, let's get that fixed. Oh, I know what's happening. I just forgot to throw you here. Makes sense. Boom, boom, boom. And I should be able to just get rid of this. Shouldn't be necessary. Okay. Very strange. It has to be in here. I'm just being dumb, aren't I? Yeah, being dumb. Okay, player, pause. Player, pause. I might need a break before I come back to this. Made good progress, but okay, it might be position and not pause, or it might be. Player dot pause. Here, up. There we go. Okay, Minotaur took damage, player took damage. Whoop. Now I need to verify that once their health gets below 0, at or below 0, that they'll get removed from the dungeon. In order to do that, the easiest thing I can think to do is just create a loop and let the thing just kind of do its thing from there on out. And we shouldn't need this anymore. Well, actually, that could be nice to have now that I think about it. Okay. Let's give that a go. Interesting. Very strange. All I can think to do is to go to the action handler and console log and kind of figure it out from there. You're specifically okay, there. Clear that. Then you're hitting this. Okay. Undefined is the victim is undefined. Okay. It has to be coming from here. The player should still be there is the thing. That's... Because if we look at the visualizer, the player's still in the same place. That's interesting. Player. Not getting anything over here. Which means that this is being called somewhere else. The player attacking themselves or something? Am I looking at this all wrong? I may be looking at this all wrong. Okay. Let's verify the order of actions. Can't do that with just this, so. I'm thinking that the error might be coming from here. So what we're going to do is do finally we should be able to do this. Okay. That should tell us where that error is coming from. So, yep, I was looking in the wrong spot. So we're not getting the enemy. Assuming... we were able to get the enemy the first time, so I'm very confused as to why we're not able to get it this time. Minotaur is still in the room. We have to... Minotaurs in the room and combat equals false. That's why. I see. Why are we able to get it the first time? Because it is in combat. But for some reason, its combat gets toggled. Okay. The only reason its combat should be toggled is if... here it is. Here's the problem. Nope, didn't mean to do that. Okay, that should fix it. We'll leave the console logs on for now, but that should resolve the issue. Yep. Nope. Maybe not. Ah, wasn't that interesting? Once we delete the player, it has nothing to reference, I assume. We might want an is alive in the entity constructors. that should help a lot. Then if we go back to action handler, victim.isAlive is false. Dungeon.player1.isAlive ? Then we attack. Otherwise, we just do default action. There. And that should allow me to visualize the whole thing, right? Errors. There's an error. Why? That's the real question. Why? Your default action shouldn't do anything. On-room update. Where is on-room update being called? I think I know where. Being called here. Don't have. Oh, we're literally just not passing in a position. Okay. Why is the players removed? Minotaur is no longer in combat. Turn end, undefined, undefined. Which is this and this. I see what's happening. We're not handling it if there's no... So, let's get rid of all the crazy console logs, since everything seems to be working. Don't need this, don't need this, don't need this. Clear the terminal and give that a run. Looks good. Alright, combat's knocked out. Well, combat with the minotaurs knocked out. We could go ahead and verify it with the mimic as well, but we'd have to do the open chest and then attack and blah 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 blah. It's probably worth doing. Just give me a second. Never be back. Okay, what's next? Verify the mimic functions as intended. We also need to do minotaur movement, so that needs to be on our list. Right now, let's just verify that the mimic works. First thing we're going to have to do is spawn a mimic in the location of the player. Of the minotaur. There. Don't need this. Okay, now we can go back to name. stupid. There we go. Types dot player action dot miscellaneous dot adjust. That should engage the combat scenario. What happens if the player tries to attack and there's nothing in the room to attack? Because I feel like that's a situation we're about to run into. If, and what we could do is just if no enemy console dot arc. Console.error. And return. And that should avoid that error. Or it should avoid it just completely ending the script, at least. Clear. What we really have to do is do this whole player options kind of deal so that it just avoids actions that are not possible at the time. Anyways, player, mimic. Mimic has barely any HP. Should have been able to hit the player twice though. No, it shouldn't be able to. It does its actions after the player, not at the same time. Gotcha. So we might want to adjust its HP up, otherwise it's just gonna get one hit. Alternatively, what we could do is as soon as the mimic is opened, it gets a free hit off. I think that makes more sense. That would be an action handler. Handle open chest. Player dot HP, or actually no. Deal damage. Attacker is chest. Victim is player, and position is player dot pulse. I think that's cooler, honestly. Of course, I still think we might want to up the stats of the... Why is the player's attack power 13? There might have been a chest that spawned in the same room as the player. Again, I think there is a chest that spawned in the same room as the player. Stop spawning chests in the same room as the player. It wouldn't happen normally. I'm just doing debugging stuff. Thank you. Now this is a normal scenario. Player opens the mimic, mimic deals 1 damage, mimic deals another damage, mimic is dead. Mimic is removed. Okay, this looks good. Alright, mimic and okay. What is next? Because the big thing we've done so far is we've implemented movement logic, or we've implemented some logic to only allow things to move where they're allowed to move. And then when things move, we've implemented just updates for the room. Then, other than that, we've just added extremely basic actions. Movement and attack. Maybe we need to look at the action handler and just go through all of them at this point. Regarding the make noise, I was kind of thinking that would help attract the minotaur towards you. But this would mean that I'd need each room to have noise assigned to it, which I can do. The best way to do that would be to make each room be its own object. But given the way I've kind of set up rooms at this point, I'm not sure I want to do that. I'm kind of thinking I might want to make a noise entity in each room and then update that. So what all do we have left in terms of have basic movement done, we have flee, noise, and random. That's it. I think I'm going to take a break. I might come back to this a bit later today, or I might come back to it tomorrow. We're in a pretty good spot, honestly. I guess I could knock out some of this real quick. It's not that big of a deal. My brain's just kind of turning off a little bit. The flee we can do just get random or get or really we should be creating a handle flee. Don't need to export these. Alright. Const handle flee equals because we might as well. happens if there are no valid neighbors? It returns null. Okay. Otherwise, player dot pause, which I believe is yes, equals end pause. And player should no longer be in combat, so player dot in combat equals false. Yep. Okay. Of course, there should be. I think there should be a chance that fleeing doesn't work. There's a 50-50 essentially on it. Let's go ahead and verify that that's set up. Action handler is handle flee. Nice. Main. Or instead of attacking, you will try to flee. Combat.flee. One thing we could do is otherwise, we should be. See what happens. Okay, player mimic. Player tries to flee, doesn't work out. Player tries to flee, doesn't work out. Player tries to flee. Okay, it is not working. Player is just getting bit over and over again by a chest. Oh, I think I know why. I think I'm just being dumb. We have a new position, but what we really need to be doing is just doing displace from room. Player pause. There. See, I don't. Displace from room doesn't just select neighbors, is the issue. Ugh. Yeah, no, this is just... I'm being dumb. I'm being dumb. Easiest thing to do is to just allow it. Hey. Yeah, screw it. It's lazy, it's lazy, it's lazy, it's lazy. Don't need to do it that way. Feels like this should be here. Export cons displace to neighbor. The alternative, now that I think about it, makes a lot more sense. What we could do instead is... This is a fleeing person. Doesn't matter if they're trying to... They might not flee to a valid position. pick a random direction, have them move in that direction, and if it fails, they'll stay in the same room. That's how I'd handle it. That's completely fair. Okay, sure. Random from array. Array is types dot direction dot left. Up. Honestly, the more accurate way of doing this would be to... Now there's a way to do it, I just don't know it off the top of my head. Object.values, the values for types.direction. Const random direction, harder, that'll work. At this point, it's just move player in random direction. I believe we already have all the error handling in move, so. Handle, move, blue. I don't think we do. We've nothing that's disallowing the player from... Okay, so yeah, we do need a slight update here. If is valid position and pause layer, or no, not layer, moving entity, and we're good. If it's not a valid position, then we just return. Honestly, that should return false. None of this needs to... Oh, I see what this is doing. Yeah, no, this is unnecessary. I see what I was going for, though. But as long as we're just doing left, right, up, down, this is not strictly necessary. Okay. should resolve that. Now, what was I doing? It should handle fleeing just fine. Okay. Let's go ahead and give that a go and see what happens. That is strange. I expected either an error or for it to work. That makes me question whether or not we're even getting into the function. I am moderately confused. Isn't calling it under normal circumstances. I see why. I'm going to do something to kind of help this just a bit. There. Calling move player down, so it has to be here. It has to be in move. Room.for each. This is in get room entities. Where are we calling get entities? It has to be up a level from this. flee down. No, it's... I have to assume it's... Unless it's here. Is this where we're getting there? Never hitting that point. Okay. Then I have to assume it's in the move function. We're getting through the move function. And what? So you say that. Yeah, no, it's in the move function. I just don't know where it is. It has to be this. That would be my guess. Yep. Okay. And these are good. It has to be this. And then it has to be this. Yeah, I'm passing in a position. Okay. When it takes a room, so get room position. Should resolve that. Fail, 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 and activate. Okay. So, just to let's get rid of the console.logs here. Boom, and both of those are necessary. Keep those two. Action handler. Flee, handle, flee, handle, flee. Here we are. not look like a 50% chance. That. Why are you fleeing repeatedly? I told you not to. Whatever. It could be worth actually finding out. Still fleeing. Not supposed to be doing that. If you're still fleeing, that means that you're still in active combat, which is not something you're supposed to be in. We go to Action Handler. Yeah, I forgot to remove active combat. Player dot entity constructors player in combat. Of course, might be better to do it this way. Remove them from combat before they move, and then after they move, if they are placed into combat, they're placed into combat. And as for the main, I actually really like keeping that there. In combat, okay, just wanted to make sure I was using the right terms. He failed. Succeeded. Random, blah, 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 blah. It's good. Right, flee has been handled. Doing a random one would require me to have the options set up, which I do not have right now. Make noise could be fun though. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Shouldn't require a lot of effort. Entity constructors. We'll need to update our types. And to entity constructors. Type equals then when we create the dungeon, we're going to want to add that. So data. course, we'll... Now I have to consider whether or not we want to add a noise level to visualizer, which I guess we do. It could just be 0 through 9, I guess. Visualize. Okay. I had to take a second. I'll be back. Alrighty, moving on. Noise level. Might want to update, yeah, we're going to want to update this as well. Wonder if I should just call it noise level. Or even just noise. Sure, we'll just call it noise. Yeah. And it should resolve it. Okay. Hang on. Noise equals empty. Boom. Okay. Now if we go back to clean. Actually, I'm not sure where I was at. We were at the visualizer, so. Helpers, visualizer, here. There. Okay, let's see what happens. Not good things, not good things. That should be handled. What do you mean? There we go. Our visualizer isn't showing the noise. Why? There we go. Okay, and then what's next? Well, we need to actually add it to the action handler and create something for actually increasing and decreasing noise. Generally, at the end of the turn, the room should probably go back to 0 noise. I would say so, yeah. Maybe the noise shouldn't go to 0. Gives it a little bit of a memory. The alternative I could do is have noises spread out, which would make a cool visual effect. That would actually be really cool. Where you've got like 5 noise in one room, and then it spreads and creates 1 noise in the next room, blah, blah, blah. And that spreads further. Be interesting. But I think it's more convoluted than necessary, so I'm not going to mess with that. Anyways, have a way of decreasing noise over time. We need is the action handler. There, that should do it. Well, we could just... Five, add position, player.pause. Of course, we also need to make basically every single action make some amount of noise. That really should be handled in the handlers themselves. Apart from movement. Movement should just be handled here. attack, flee, open chest. This might be a good time for types, honestly. Move, attack, flee, open chest. Are there any others that I'm missing? Move, attack, flee, open chest, make noise. I mean, yeah, I should probably do. Okay. And now types.actionNoise.makeNoise. Types.actionNoise.move. Regardless of if the flee failed or didn't, it should still make the noise. Although the position of the noise should probably change depending. Yeah, no. Yeah, it shouldn't matter that much. Flee. Handle attack. Attack. Chests. And make noise has already been handled with make noise. Could always just yeah, we're not gonna mess with it. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Now we could go ahead and just clear the terminal real quick and see what happens. So if we go to types, you open the chest, Opening the chest should only do 3. Why is the noise level 4? Open the chest. Visualize. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no. Literally only open the chest. Why is the noise level 4? I don't know. Types. Attempted to flee. That made the noise level 6. 5, 4, 3. Yeah, it's going down by 1 each time. Just don't know why this turned into 4. Let's go to action handler. Ah, I see why now. That should resolve that. Go ahead and give it a clear, and boom. I think it's going to 5 because the turn is getting ended before the next visualization. But that's fine. It's not a problem. Could go ahead and change the default action to this. That should allow us to verify that that's also working as intended. Okay, yep. Looks good. Okay, make noise is handled. Whew. Next thing will be figuring out minotaur movement, which is going to be based on these noise levels. It's going to be attracted toward the loudest noise. Then we really need to figure out the options for the team/player and then win conditions. We're actually very close to done at this point. Very happy with how it's going. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here and take a break. My brain is frying slowly. But good progress, good progress. I think 1 or 2 more streams at most should get the basic functionality knocked out, and then we'll start working on actually implementing it into a node server and into the front end and whatnot with the overlay. And actually making it very visual. Yeah, that's it for now. Push.